This is my iPad Air 5, and this is the reason I'm stepping away from PC for nearly all my artwork. So I've had the iPad a few months now. It's taken me a little while to get my head around not using the keyboard and having to use touch gesture for everything. But I think I've got to the main functions down now. I bought the iPad with the not the full intention of replacing the PC, but being a heavy lifter instead of the PC, because I spend a lot of the time in the garage. It's summertime in the UK at the minute, so it's quite a pleasant place to be. But the winter months, this is like an ice cave, and it's thermal, fleece, coat, heater, cup of tea, and you're still absolutely frozen down here. So I wanted something that I could take in the house or take anywhere really, and just draw and create art more efficiently. And it's totally blown me away. I'm already thinking, like, do I even need the PC? I do need the PC, of course, but do I need the PC for art? And the answer is probably no. So that was a bit of a surprise. I was expecting it to be like a balanced thing where I sometimes use the PC, sometimes use the iPad, but having just completed a really tricky project in like 2 days on it, the image you see in the background, I started that months ago, and got nowhere with it. I got, that's as far as I got. You can't really see on the camera from there, and I won't show you, but believe me, it's not complete. I've spent a lot of time messing around with it, and it was just one of those projects where I really wish I hadn't started it, to be honest. And I just thought, when I got the Affinity, which I got discounted heavily, I didn't pay much at all for it. When I got Affinity set up on the iPad, I thought that's the first thing I'm going to have a crack at, just because it doesn't matter if I make a mistake with it, because I kind of written it off in my mind that I wasn't ever going to finish it. So within like 48 hours of just tinkering around and playing with it, I finished it, which I was like, I wasn't even planning on ever finishing it. It was just like this. If I did, it was like it's going to be like Christmas time before I got it finished, and I've done it in like 2 days. So yeah, it just blew me away how efficient the iPad is with a pencil, and the mobility of it, and just being able to sit somewhere and draw. I can leave that in the house, and this is one of the main problems with the PC, is it's kind of set up down here. What you can't see off camera is my race sim setup, which means the PC kind of lives here, and I can't take it in the house. The iPad, of course, I can chuck it in a bag, I can chuck it in the car, I can go anywhere, and even if I do 10 or 20 minutes, I can progress a project on, which you can't do with the PC. The PC becomes like an event where you've got to kind of be present and be in the right mindset to do something, whereas the iPad, you can just grab and go and do 5 minutes, and you've pushed that project on that little bit more. So I'll move the iPad a bit closer so you can just see what I've done. But this is just a picture of my, same as on the screen on the PC there, but it's a picture of my Golf VR6. And I'll just put the background in and zoom out so you can see the complete thing. Yeah, so this is probably my most complex line art to date. And because it's worked so well, I mean, there's mistakes in there. It's not perfect. I'm still learning Affinity with the pencil, but my confidence is very high, and I'm prepared to take on much more complicated projects now. So, yeah, that was done in literally, I started that, yesterday morning, and it's done. So it would never, I know it would never have been finished on the PC, just because it's so difficult to use. Although people have managed for like 25 years just using a PC, and it's just me, maybe. So what's next for the iPad then? I'm trying to get everything for the channel onto the iPad, so that if I am out and about, or if I want to do some mobile work, I've got everything in front of me. So my previous video, I did some reviews of mechanical pencils that I've got. I really still enjoy drawing on paper with a pencil, but I'm going to try and let go of that for a bit. I'll always like doing that, so it's not going to go away completely, but I'm going to try and create art from scratch on the iPad. And I'm trying to think of the next project. Really is going to be for this wall you can't see. I'm going to create some sort of vinyl, sort of big, bold, sort of motorsport graphic, but I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. I sort of know, but not 100%. So I'm going to try and sketch that up on the iPad and create that as a vector, and then send it to the PC, cut it in vinyl, and stick it on the wall. It's not been all plain sailing with it. The overall experience has been excellent, but I have had some quirks with affinity on the iPad. One of them was when the battery gets a little low, using some of the tools, it can just kick you out. I think I was using the knife tool, and I was deleting some unwanted nodes, and it just kept kicking me out, and you tend to lose about the last sort of 5 minutes work. So that's one thing. I just won't let the battery get that low. That seemed to be the problem, at least. I had the background image I was using, this image here, for some reason just went to black and white, and I don't think I did that. And then it popped back to colour about 20 minutes later, and I don't think I did that either. But I don't know. I'm not expert enough with it yet to know if I did it or not. But I don't think I did. And there was one other thing. Oh yes, ghost images. I'd like when you open the layers drop down menu, it shows you all your layers. When you close it, one of the layers, the images, the icons for the layer was like hovering over the image, over your artboard, and wouldn't go. I had to close the program and reopen it again. So a few weird little things, but nothing that's really affected the work. But it can be a bit distracting. So in conclusion, then, overall, the iPad Air 5 for at least vector art so far has been brilliant. Apart from the few quirks that I mentioned, I'm beginning to wish I'd have done this months ago. I'm beginning to wish I'd have bought the Pro version, but I didn't know. And I think, to be honest, this M1 chip that's in the Air 5 is going to do me fine. Even this video is edited on that using DaVinci Resolve, which the PC won't even open, so it's miles ahead of the PC already. If you're thinking about making the conversion or introducing iPad and tablet art to your workflow, go for it, because should have done it years ago, like everybody else did. So I'm going to get thinking about this big motorsport graphic for the wall, and I'll catch you in the next one.